I am here with Yet. Calling him an icon would be somewhat underwhelming for this gentleman. He's been in the game for a very long time. He is an extremely skilled player. He is a man amongst men. He is a very dedicated father, and even his beard has its own social media page. Today we welcome Mr. Michael Paxson. How you doing, sir?
How you doing? Nice to see you.
Is it Michael? Is that your full name? Or
Yeah,
is it just
Michael.
Mike?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay,
Yep.
I've literally never heard anyone call you that before.
No, they don't. It's always Mike, but
right.
or Paxson, Pax,
Okay,
either
Pax.
way. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. When mom calls you and you're in trouble, it's Michael Jeffrey Paxson. You're in trouble. Then it's over.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're human like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Outstanding. I want to talk to you about life in general and paintball, and let the people know who only have seen you on TV and webcasts and tournaments, who just hear the rumors or just know how you play, but just to get to know you as a person, to know the awesomeness that is Mr. Paxson behind the scenes. Quick question. Not quick. I just say that.
Yeah.
Where did a young Mike Paxson grow up?
Right there, right in California, SoCal, California, Ontario, California, right next to SC Village. Played at SC Village first time, and yeah, I mean, that was pretty much right where I grew up, and was right in there from San Diego, and then up into Ontario.
When did you start playing?
What was I, 15? So, yeah. Yeah.
And it's always weird to hear you say Ontario because I'm from Canada.
Yeah, I know that's
Ontario,
everybody is. Yeah.
Always freaks me out.
Yep.
Who are your parents?
Mark Paxson, Catherine, now her name's Limbeck, but yeah, they, you know, it's so funny. My mom wanted me to be a golf pro, and bought me golf sets. I used to go out and practice and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh man, this game sucks. Like that, you know,
Really?
she's like, no, you're gonna be perfect at it. And I was really good at it and all this stuff, and yeah, just never played anymore, and then went and played paintball.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So was she like a stage mom / Tiger Woods dad, like almost
Yep.
making you really?
Oh yeah, same thing. Went to golf lessons, all the stuff, went into
Really?
tournaments, everything, and she was loving it and all the stuff. And then yeah, she was like, I can't believe it. And I, you know, the first thing you're like, oh, I want to get a gun. She's like, I will not buy you a paintball gun. And I literally went and had to work for it. My grandfather and me, we both down, bought up paintball guns together, and went out and played together, me and my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's how I first got my first gun, Tag Master.
Wow.
Yep.
Now I'm a product of a mom who forced me to play the piano.
Yep.
And even though I still appreciate it to this day, I kind of blocked it out because I had a messed up piano teacher.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
can't it scares me sometimes to go buy a piano. Do you still play golf to this day, or how does that work?
Once in a while when we go out, it's like, you know, there's someone will be like, oh, let's go play golf. I'm like, we're gonna have a golf cart, right? And a cooler with alcohol in it. Okay, perfect. I can go anywhere you want. I can go anywhere you want as long as I can drive a golf cart.
So in other words, if we go to play golf, I'm not betting holes with you or anything like
No, I'm not as good anymore. Johnny Perchek beats me up all the time now. So.
that. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Amazing. Any siblings?
No, only child.
Spoiled only child.
Yeah, no.
That might explain a lot.
Yeah, no, not so spoiled, but definitely only child. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was funny.
All right. So
Yeah.
and what got you into paintball?
You know, I saw it on TV, and my buddies had played, and then I was like, man, I really want to play, and so I went down and went and played one time at SC Village back in the day, and hooked for life. It was, you know, that was it. So
when you saw it on TV, was it woods ball or speedball?
Yep.
Or
Yeah, it was a
well,
woods
back
ball.
in the day, it was the combination of speedball and woods ball, right? It was
yeah, it was man, it was like 15 man or something like that.
Okay.
And old thing, and they were just highlighting like, hey, come, come check out this new sport, and it was going on, and it was, God, I can't remember. It was like the Florida Terminators and someone else playing, and it was pretty good. It was, it was funny, and then I really wanted to go do it, and boom, that was it.
Was it a weird transition from going from the golf club to the paintball pro shop lifestyle?
Yeah, no, I mean, I played football, and I went and did, and I played football, I did baseball, I did track, I did a lot of other sports too. So I mean, yeah. I've always done. And then it was funny. I was playing college ball, and my coach is going on me. He's like, you really
when you say college ball, what?
Football.
Okay.
And my coach is like, you really need to, apply yourself more, and, you can get right. I'm like, hey, I know I'm not going to the pros. So let's not get it twisted here, buddy. Like, there's no reason to get wild. And so then when I told him, I was like, hey, I got a tournament to go play. I'm not going to be able to play this year. I'm going to actually, get on or really go for this professional team. And he's like, what? Like, you're not going to play football and you're going to go play paintball. Okay, whatever. And that's how it kind of started. It's funny. And then that was when I was on a pro team, and then I really started getting more committed to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do college?
Yeah, I played college ball. Yeah, I played 2 years.
What was the major?
Actually, at that time, I was doing business.
Okay.
Business, yeah.
It's the thing you do when you're not sure what you want to do.
Oh yeah,
right?
So, go get all the stuff. You're like, you can always use business.
What college was that?
Chafee College.
Okay.
Yep, it was right there in Ontario.
Any friendships from there that went to paintball, or do you still keep in touch with people there?
Yeah, I have friends that are still from there. Adam Hartunian, he's one of my best friends. He calls me up one side of the blue. He's like, "You'll never believe what happened." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sure I won't." We start going, So but very few friends I have from there that move on. Paintball friends I still have.
Okay.
From when I started till now. Like Jose Palma, he taught me how to play paintball. Still see him at the tournament, still go see him, see his daughters. They're actually coming out in July, I think, to come visit us in Florida.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I mean, it's funny. I've all my paintball friends have pretty much lasted almost my whole life since I've had them.
It says a lot.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Is there any significance to the number 55 of which you wear on your jersey? 55
was just my football number, so it just stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, it just stuck, and
so it's like essentially you just issued number 55 and you just stayed with it.
I liked it. I used to like I can't even think right now. Junior Seau.
Okay.
And I used to like when he played and all this stuff. So, and he had 55 on when he used to play at San Diego and all this stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah. So I went on with that. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. When you started playing, did you ever think this game would take you as far as it has?
No, not at all. We first started and we were just playing, and it was the main mission was we had to win to be able to play the next tournament. So or at least get in the top 4. So that was going on, and it was funny because my mom went and watched one of the 10-man games in the woods, and she had to wear goggles on the sidelines, and she's watching. Literally, she goes, "I watched you run from that bush to that bush, and never saw you again." And she goes, "That was, that was horrible." And she goes, "And how long until the next game? Oh, 2 hours?" She's like, "Yeah." All right, well, I'll see you later. Okay, bye. And then it was funny. She came down to really didn't. Come to very many more tournaments, was just kind of like, okay, she loved football, loved anything else besides paintball. And then she came to one of the Huntington Beaches, one of the first ones, and we're playing in the finals. And I come to the sidelines, and I come over and I go, and I wave to her, and she's way in the back, and everyone like parts like the Red Sea, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And they're like, "Oh, that's Mike's mom. Yeah, get up here!" And they pulled her right up to the front, so she could watch the game right by the fan.
That's a good thing.
And to that day, after that, that's when she's like, "Oh, this is crazy!" Oh my gosh! And so that's when I think it really changed her perspective on the whole thing. Was okay, you know,
Yeah.
and then she came and watched X-Ball, and she liked that because it was like football. You could watch them play a whole bunch of games real for a number of times. So
Okay.
that was more of her, you know, okay, now it's an athletic sport to her, you know. Before she's like, you guys are just, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
trust me, my
Yeah.
mom is still in the pre-athletic sports stage. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, yeah, it was like the first team I got onto on Team America. Same thing. I've had this beard forever, you know, even when I was 16. But you know, and but before that, I'm sitting. I think I was. I looked old, but I was maybe 15, something like that. I'm getting on the first team, and the guys go, "Hey, would you like to join our team?" And I said, "Yeah, but I gotta ask my mom first." And they're like, "Oh man, this dude's got issues, man. I mean, he's still got to ask his mom for permission. He's like 25, man." They're like,
that's hilarious.
"Oh, this guy's got issues." And then they're like, because then I go after that, I go, "Well, you know, or I need a ride, you know, to the field to practice." And they're like, "And he doesn't drive?" Oh my, okay, here we go. Yeah,
like the biggest loser
yeah, right.
at that point.
This
like,
guy's weird. And then my mom comes to pick me up, and they're like, and then they, you know, they're like, and they go, "Oh, you know, Mom, can I join you?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay," you know, and they're like, "How old is he?" They asked my mom, and she's like, "Oh, he's 15." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you know, okay, all right." So it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it you and mom most of the time?
Yeah, my mom was a single mom, took care of me, raised me.
Welcome
did
to
all
the club,
stuff.
brother.
Yep, and then she was great, you know. My dad, he actually went and played with me on my first tournament. We put a team together, we were playing with these guys, and I ended up going, and one of the guys got in a car accident, didn't show up, and I go, "Hey, Dad, you're playing?" He's like, "All right," and it was for his first time playing paintball. He played in a tournament with me.
Wow.
So yeah, my dad and my mom are always really supportive of us. But yeah, it's always been good.
It's amazing how many paintballers are brought up by moms.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something psychological about that, proving yourself in the field,
Yeah.
not having the dad around 100% of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there might be something connected there, but from what I've seen, most of us are pretty damn hardcore. So no complaints there.
We're there, yeah.
Yeah. So very cool, and that also brings about why we're so good with younger players and why we don't mind being role models.
Right.
Because we know about having that element and not having that element.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, and it's also nice to see, you know, those younger players where they're like, you know, you actually see their face change and you're like, "Oh man, I just made a difference in that kid's life," you know, and I like that always. It's, you know, I mean, even from when we're teaching clinics and doing different stuff, you know, you look at that kid and he's like, he'll remember that time forever, you know. So I mean, so that really, I like that a lot, you know.
Speaking of as from that point of view, you're also a father.
Yep.
Two very young children.
Yep.
Very special kids.
Yeah.
What are their names?
We got Bibi, or Beatrix is her actual name, but we call her Bibi, and then we have Diana.
When you had them, how did that change your perspective of life?
You know, it does. It's just a whole nother. It rotates everything around. You know, it's funny because me, I'm on the other side. It's always funny how the parents work. You know, and it's just like when Bibi goes, "Hey, Dad, let's go fishing." I'm like, "You are 100% right."
You've gone from casual player to pro player to field ownership. How has it changed your perception of the game, going from fun playing to business aspect?
You know, it's way different because, you know, going to where there's no downtime. You know, it's always, you know, you're fixing a customer's gun, or, you know, you're going and you're always having to, you know, help these people when you're like, all right, I'm trying to get focused for a game. And I think that's the hardest part. It's just always having to be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll get it," you know, and the customer's going, "Oh well, yeah, no, I need you to get it right now," and you know, and you're like, "Okay, well, I'm about to walk on a field and go play a professional game."
Yeah.
And you know, and to able to separate that is always hard because, you know, you're trying to get focused, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're getting sidelined with that. It's for me now, it's pretty much I just can go until once I step on the field, then I get ready. So I actually almost had to retrain myself to, you know, you don't get all that time to, you know, really get focused and go. It's like, okay, you know, everything's fine. Or, you know, it's the same thing even with now the team. It's like pretty much until I step on the field, everything's just okay. You know, we need to go get this for this kid, or we need to do this, or what does he need, or, you know, I need to fix his gun, or we're going back and forth. and then as soon as you step on the field, now you have to immediately get focused and get ready to play.
Has the politics ever disillusioned you? Has the attitudes or the business aspect or the money ever disillusioned you?
I always try to stay out of most of the politics and most of the stuff. I really don't care. You know, it's like we're all here to have fun. We're all here going. You know, no one's getting paid millions of dollars to play the sport yet. So until then, you know, it's, to me, it's still just, hey, you know, if you're not enjoying the game, then you shouldn't be here. You know, and that's how I've always felt. It's like, hey, you know, if you're not enjoying it, then, you know, quit. Go do something else. Go play something else, or go, you know, go work or do whatever you have to do. But it's like, I still really enjoy it. I mean, that's why, like, we're here at Living Legends. Like, I enjoy this game. You know, this is one of the ones that I really enjoy. I've been here since the second one and all the way through, you know, and I missed, like, last year, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know.
It's a hard thing to
yeah,
do.
the one you're like, man, I don't want to miss these, you know. It's so funny because my wife's like, you know, she's like, I've never been to one.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, okay. I said, next year you're going. And that was the whole thing. Next year you're going, because, you know, I at this time I was still really, you know, always about like, oh, well, who are we gonna leave the kids with and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, now we're actually gonna be here this year together, so it's cool.
Now, I wanted to get into that. You're pretty much what's known as one of the royal couples of the entire sport of paintball. Please tell me about this person we've heard of called B. Youngs.
Yeah, well, that is my wife. She is, you know, it was funny how we met. We met playing paintball. You know, you know, she came on and she was playing on Femme Fatales, going through all the stuff. We met here and there, you know, doing different stuff. And you know, then we started being friends and going through. And then she just really said, you know, hey, I really want to be a better player, you know. And I said, well, man, every Wednesday night we go up here and we play at this indoor, and we go and we have a great time. You should come up, and it's really good, you know, to, you know, just get an extra day in and do stuff. And so we would go and play, and we would train, and we would work out and do different stuff. And then at the end of the night, we'd go eat Denny's right there, and then we'd split ways, and she would go back down to San Diego, and then I'd go back up to school. We started just hanging out more, and then we really found out we were enjoying each other and having a great time, and that's how we just started getting closer and closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Magnificent woman, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Scarily beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to find in this arena.
Yep.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And a go-getter. Like, when you meet her, she just overwhelms you with personality.
Yeah. Well.
So, yeah, for whenever you guys step on the scene, it's Mike and B, like, that's like the king and queen almost of paintball.
Yeah,
it's a pretty powerful thing to have.
Yeah, it's funny too. She's always wanted to go play. There used to be this tournament that they had. It was a Valentine's Day tournament, and it was a couples tournament.
Oh,
guys and girls.
I never heard of that.
Oh my gosh! And every year I either had a practice or a tournament on these dates.
Okay.
And I would always end up centering with someone else. And,
Okay.
And I'm like, no, he's really good. No, you'll play. And she's like, he was horrible, you know, going on. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey, I don't know what to tell you. I had to go to practice. And she's like, so we left, and we've never played it yet. So we've laughed so hard, and, you know. She's like, we would win it so easy. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah, I know. That's funny.
It's funny, yeah.
That'd be
oh, yeah.
How was it, from a dad aspect, sometimes I worry about the kids thinking paintball took mommy and daddy from me, or took daddy from me.
Well,
How is it dealing with that?
It's like any time, you know. Just, I mean, of course, I spent B went away on a trip before this event, and so I had the kids the whole week, and, you know, the whole weekend, and we went fishing, had a great time, did all this stuff.
Yes.
And it's funny because she gets home, and now, you know, of course, you know, instead of me coming home, it's B's coming home, and she's like, I want daddy to stay and watch me and you know, do all this stuff. And so B's like, what? You know, and going on. And, but, you know, and then she cries horrible when I leave, and, you know, all the stuff. But it's just like anything. I mean, if you're going away on business or anything else, and, you know, the thing I like about it is I get to stay home so much with them. Instead of, you know, I only come home, you know, I leave at 6 in the morning, go to work, come home at 6, and then go to bed. You know, it's like now, you know, I get to spend a full week of just with them and the whole time, and get to spend more time with them. So it's nice that we get to go on these trips with them and do different stuff too. So
wow, that's
yeah.
awesome. I mean, you're a pretty darn good shot, but how accurate do you have to be to knock a cigarette out of someone's hand from about 2 stores away with a chicken wing?
Yes.
I mean, what is that about?
Well, you know, I mean, you know, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes, you know, you're I was actually aiming for him. I wasn't aiming for the cigarette.
Well, now you just destroyed the whole story.
No, I actually wasn't aiming for the cigarette, but, you know, things happen. It's, you know, I can shoot pretty well.
I want to start wrapping it up.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you a few theoretical, quick answered questions.
Okay, great.
Stuff that comes off the top of your head.
Okay.
You don't have to get too scarily deep, but at the same time, make it come from here.
Yep.
What is your favorite physical, tangible object in the world?
Physical, tangible object. Besides the kids?
Besides the kids.
Besides the kids. Man, it'd have to be fishing pole.
Nice. I can dig that. What is your favorite thing to hear a person say?
Yes.
What is your least favorite thing?
No.
Makes sense. What is something you hear that is music to your ears?
Music to my ears. That's interesting. To the bar.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
What is something you love to do other than paintball?
Other than paintball would be fishing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're quite the fisherman.
Yeah, I do like doing, yeah.
That's one time I really feel left out with the friggin' die Ironman between you and Pete.
I know.
And
gosh.
the boats and
Yeah.
and Billy. It's like the fisherman thing is
It's
wow.
so much fun, especially when we have all our friends around. It's a real, you know, it's fun to do something else than when we go paintball, you know, because paintball we've done it so long, so I think sometimes it gets a little more second nature.
It's an escape from the thing you escaped from.
Exactly, and then we have more stories of things that happen.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love that. What has been your worst ever job you've ever done?
Worst ever job. Hot mopping in Vegas for my dad. He's teaching me to stay in college. Hot mop is it's roofing in Vegas.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yes, for a summer. That's how I bought one of my guns, paintball guns.
How hot does that get?
I got heat stroke twice in one day.
Oh my gosh.
And those are some of the toughest people on the face of the earth. I'll tell you straight out. Yes.
That is in Vegas nonetheless.
In Vegas, you're working with hot stuff on the bottom, you're working with hot stuff on the back of you. It's the worst job ever.
And it's coming up and the searing from the...
Yeah, concrete has nothing on, and concrete's hard too, but roofing in Vegas is the
because that
worst.
stuff has to stay liquid, so it's heated as much as possible. And
yep, it's bad.
That will keep you in school.
Yep, and the old guys are giving you hassle that you can't keep up with them. And you're like, dude, I don't understand how you're doing this right now.
the old leathery skin guys.
Oh, yeah,
and
laughing at you the whole time, slipping in it. Yeah.
Wow, that's goodness gracious. What was something you gained in your life because of paintball?
I got to travel the world. It was funny. I was on an airplane talking to a millionaire, and he goes, I haven't been to a quarter of the places you've been. And he goes, I'm worth $6.something million. And I'm like, wow, that sucks. You know, but he goes, no, I really have to go to work. I mean, like, how do you go to these places? I'm like, well, they send me. They actually pay me to go to these places. And he's like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's funny. But yeah, I've got to go to, places that I never would ever get to go. And it's just like we were in Australia this last time. We're climbing down these canyons, and I'm like, and I go, we'll never be in this place ever again.
Yeah.
It's like, this is it, but yeah, I mean, some of the places we've seen and gone are just amazing,
What is something you felt that you've sacrificed in your life due to paintball?
Sacrifice. Maybe, maybe probably a better career for down the road, but I mean, I don't know. I really wanted to be a fireman back in the day and do all this stuff, and almost was all the way there, and then kind of just slowly fell out of it and went more towards paintball.
Nice.
Yeah.
And last but not least, where do you see Mr. Mike Paxson in 10 years from now? Will it still be in this paintball stuff? Will it be somewhere else?
Probably not as involved. Probably, I mean, I'm sure I'm probably not going to be able to play professional paintball for another 10 years, but maybe not.
I don't know. You're pretty damn in shape. Anyone can do it. Jeez.
I mean, definitely coming to the big games, doing all the stuff, the scenarios, all that stuff. I love that. I mean, probably doing the same stuff, same deal.
Anyone you want to say hi to?
No, probably pretty much everybody. You're gonna end up talking to the wife here soon, so.
Sir, yes, sir. That would be fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of stuff, and I think people and I have heard stuff about you that they may have not known before, and
probably not.
And
yeah.
we respect the beard even more now. So, once again, thank you very much for coming. Hope
Yes.
you enjoy your time at Living Legends.
Yeah.
And we will get to hang out and shoot a lot of faces very soon.
We're gonna have a great time here shortly.
And please, 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 do not stop doing what you're doing, because on a personal note, you inspire me as not just a paintball player, but as a professional.
Awesome, buddy.
As a newcomer and as a father. All right?
Thank you.
So don't stop.
I won't.
You
I
make
try
me
not
do
to.
what I do.
Thank you.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, say goodbye and thank you to Mr. Mike Paxson. All righty.
Everybody ready? Mike Paxson!
Son of a bitch.
Start right away, see?
Right away.
We gotta take a quick pause, 2 seconds.
Okay.
Anthony, I cannot work under these conditions.
This is this Mike.
We're gonna continue this. I'm gonna have to go get my. This was not in the
You
contract.
got that? Okay.
You are 100% right. Let's hope one time I did.
Whoop. Cut. Hold on.
Tire flag is again, we gotta burn it, get it done.
I definitely want. You should burn that one. I think for sure.
Yeah.
I want to watch Billy lose it.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, look, and there's dirt on it, so yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
gotta burn it.
Yep.
Is that going to stay? Is that going to
Yeah, for sure.
I hope so.
That one. It'll stay.
Okay.
It'll stay.
stay? It'll stay.
Wait,
I should have screamed like a
it's
girl.
coming.
I should have gone, ah!
I took your man card.
I've been trying
Gotta
to do a
feel
Beyonce
like
murder
somebody's
for some time.
watching me.